that a feminine woman is dealing with a time waster. Hello, my name is Chengi, and you, my precious one, are my world. Welcome to Black Swan Relationship Academy, right here where I train you and teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, high worth, feminine woman that masculine, high value men completely adore. I'm not here to teach you how to get any man. I'm here to teach you how to get and keep a high value masculine man. So if that is your juice, if that's something that sounds good to you, keep watching. Now, ladies, let us get into the nitty-gritty. And I know this is really annoying, but I must let you know that we are going to be having a free masterclass. And I am going to be teaching you in that masterclass, which is going to be entitled Nice Girl Rehab, how to be sweet, loving, kind, and not a doormat. Okay, there's so much that I'm going to be putting into this masterclass, and it's going to be a free live webinar with me. You'll be able to come on there, you'll be able to ask me questions, and really we need to put this nice girl syndrome to bed and really learn how to be high value, warm, kind, sweet, but not so nice that we end up finding ourselves in compromising situations, giving into things that we don't want to give into, and finding ourselves in a bit of a mess. So I really believe this is going to be a game changer for you, and because you have been such a loyal and faithful followers, I want to be able to give you a gift, and this is going to be on and popping. We're going to discuss how to set boundaries, how to say no in a high value way, how to be kind, how to have standards and present them, how to know when you're being nice. Why are we nice? Why do we feel so compelled to be nice all the time? And is it really a bad thing to be nice? Girls, I am going to be discussing this with you on this free live webinar. Come through. Okay, so do follow the link in the bio and get your seat, book your seat. We will obviously have a limited amount of people because I need to be able to manage the questions and be able to help you out during the call. So please, please, please follow the link in the bio, and I will be seeing you on that masterclass. Now, I know that you've come here because you want to know how to spot a time waster. Now, girls, let's be very, very clear. The signs, all the things that happen in a relationship further down the road always, and I say this without hesitation, show up in the first encounters with a man. They show up in the first encounters. And our ability to really pick up on some of these little moves along the way is gonna save us a lot of time. I don't care if you're young, single, and trying to start a family, and you feel like, you know, I'm just gonna park here with this guy and try and make it work, even though I've seen some red flags. I'm gonna do all I can to make it work because I wanna have babies, or my clock is ticking, or, you know, I'm too old to start over. Whatever your excuse is, I want you to know something. Wasting time with Mr. Wrong is costing you more than just letting him go. Let him go, baby. Let him go. Because do understand that your man is a few interactions down the road. It takes one interaction, one conversation, and boom, you're home, baby. You're home. You've met your guy. But if you are investing hours and weeks and months into one guy who's waving 10,000 red flags, okay, and trying to compromise with him, then honey bunny, you are just going to find yourself in a bad situation. Now, what we're going to talk about today, these are not things that you should like slam the door and go running, but do understand something about the phrase red flag. Red flag doesn't mean give him another chance, explore it further, friend zone him, string him along. Red flag means stop. Okay, so in Black Swan Nation, I have red flag, we've got amber, and we've got green. Okay, so the girls know that if I say this is an amber light, that means explore it further, ask more questions, vet him some more, give him a second chance. Let's be clear. If you see a red flag, honey bunny, that means abort mission. Abort mission. Okay. And if you're in Black Swan Nation, which is my private coaching group, the link is in the description below, you will know all of these phrases, because we are absolutely the Black Swan Nation and we don't play. Okay, we don't play in Black Swan Nation, and you are welcome to join or book a discovery call. But today we're going to look at some of these early signs that this person is really not invested, and that's really what it means to be a time waster. Now, some men date for fun. They date to find a sexual mate for the week, for the month, to add somebody to their rotation, because they're not relationship ready. They want to play. And guess what? We're not here to judge people's life decisions. We're just here to know whether we're ready to play that game or not. And if you're on this channel, chances are you're not here to play games. You are ready to meet and marry the man of your dreams. Can I get an amen? Okay, if you are looking to meet and marry the man of your dreams, walk down the aisle, be the bride, be in a healthy and happy relationship, be in a great courtship, and finally have a boyfriend after all of these years, then you are on the right channel. So obviously we want to avoid the guys that are window shopping. We want to avoid the guys that are dating to add a notch to their belt. We want to avoid the guys who are dating for a little bit of fun, to see how quickly they can get into your knickers. Hey, because there's a whole bevy of low value, low self-worth, low self-esteem women that we're going to reach, because we've got 1 billion to get to, girls. I am not discouraged, right? We're going to reach them who will be prepared to play that game. Okay, but not my swans, not my black swans. We don't play that game, no. Okay, so what are some of these signs, early signs? Number one, you don't know if it's a date or not. He's asked you to meet up. He's asking you to meet up, and you're thinking, is it a meetup or is it a date, or what the hell is going on? Okay, that is a proper amber, flashing amber. Flashing amber here in the UK means proceed with caution. Okay, proceed if it is safe to do so. Okay, this is a sign and a slight warning that this man is not invested. Why do I say it's a sign and not a warning? Because some men, unfortunately, have been taught through our relationship space, some of us are guilty. I have to take ownership for what some of us as coaches do out here in these YouTube streets, and not all of us give wise advice. So some men have been watching these videos and they feel like if they ask for dinner, they might, it might be too much for you and you might run a mile. Or if they actually ask you on a date, you're going to be less willing to meet them because maybe they don't have confidence. But by and large, if a man is using words like meet up, get together, let's get together, let's meet up. Baby girl, this is a guy who's fishing for a little bit of fun, okay? This is a warning sign that he wants to have a bit of fun. He wants to sort of make sure that his investment is not too much. Listen, when a man is investing a little and investing within his comfort zone, he's really window shopping. You see, what men don't know about themselves, some of them, some do, and what women don't know about men, for sure, is that when they're dealing with a high-value masculine man, certainly a masculine man, he's a hunter. His focus is ridiculous. Men have the ability to focus, right, on what they want way more than we do. They can really zero in on their target, and when a man is in hunter mode, he will do whatever it takes to get the attention of the prize, the woman that he wants. If a man is making it comfortable for himself, he is saying, I am not that invested. I kind of have some time, you're kind of okay, and I'm prepared to explore it. This means that his eyes are telling him you're not the one. But does that mean that you are not beautiful? Does that mean you're not high value? Listen, low value men are not looking for high value women. They're looking for low value women who have low self-esteem, who are going to sleep with them early. So chances are, if you're not accepting that deal, it means you are on the market for a little bit more, or you are quite high status and he's seeing if he can check your temperature and see if you'll make it easier for him. This is a way of a man showing you that I'm not truly invested. Because let me tell you what happens when a man is invested, even into getting into your particular knickers rather than generally, is he will make it convenient for you, and he will be very clear that it's a date. He will say, why don't you let me take you out for a drink? Why don't you let me take you out to dinner? Why don't you let me take you out for lunch? Why don't you let me show you this wonderful place? He will put himself in the position of the provider who is providing an experience for you that he would like you to share with him. So if you are going on a date and you don't know if it's a date and you don't know if he's asking you for a date, this is a little flashing amber light, a little warning sign that you must pay attention to. Now, Chengi, what would I say if a guy said, let's meet up, and I really want to make sure that he's not wasting my time? You would say to him, oh, are you actually asking me out on a date? Because if you are, I would love to meet up with you. I would love to come out on a date with you. I am available on this date and that date if this is an invitation to a date. Listen to me, if he's wasting your time, he's gonna go ha ha ha, he's gonna laugh at you, he's gonna try and make it seem like you are asking too much, or he's gonna have to say, yes, of course it's a date, you know, and then you will know that he just needed to know that it was okay for him to ask you out on a date. The second thing that we need to look out for is if he invites himself into your life, and that is going to mean 0 dates. So he knows you love a good long walk and a good long stroll, or you like a run, or you like certain things, and he says, hey, why don't I come and work out with you? Why don't I come and take a walk with you? You love walking, I know this beautiful park. Why don't we just stroll down that park? Honey, he is making a 0 investment date. This is what we call in the Black Swan Nation a low to no investment date. Okay, we have a high level investment dates, middle investment dates, and low to no investment dates. Any man offering you a low to no investment date, that means he does not need to go into his pocket. He does not need to plan anything. He does not need to do anything but show up and take up your time and your attention. This, ladies, is a time waster, because we only ever deal with men who are investing and invested. Next point is he wants to meet near him, in his area, or halfway. Again, this is a man showing you that he is not invested or investing, in which case you would say, I would feel more comfortable if you came to my side of the world. And one of my girls said that, and she was saying that to a low value feminine guy, and he said, well, I would feel more comfortable too if you would come to my side. And I swear he probably thought he was really being cute. He probably went to his friends and was like, oh, you know, she said to me that she was comfortable, you know, I told her I'm comfortable too, not realizing that he's actually a loser. Okay, so if you were to get that, that is a surefire red flag. If a man laughs at you or does, don't you think I feel uncomfortable too? Sweetie, you are not dealing with a masculine man, and you're certainly not dealing with an invested man. You're dealing with a boy who feels entitled and has been raised to be a feminine energy guy and probably has nothing to offer you except the string along game. And we don't play that game now, do we, girls? No, we don't. Okay, the next one would be he takes you out on a date, and you establish that it's a date, or he actually asks you out on a date. You get to the date and it's time for the bill, and he asks for the bill, and the bill comes to the table and it stays there. Right, he just stares at you, is sitting there, is talking to you, is talking to the both of you, you're having a conversation, and he is leaving it there. What is he looking for? Listen, there are a lot of younger men who have, and I have to say this, we are truly raising feminine men out here in these streets, and we are allowing men to be feminine because we are not upholding standards, and so a lot of feminine men believe that a woman should at least offer. Listen, each to their own. Okay, I truly believe everybody is entitled to their beliefs. Everybody is entitled to their way of doing things. Everybody reads things differently, and you're absolutely entitled to at least expect a girl to offer. However, if you are dealing with a black swan, this is probably not the smartest thing to do. I don't think a lot of men understand how unsexy, how it's a complete turnoff for a feminine woman when a man doesn't take charge and lead and show that he can hold space and be a potential provider and create security for his woman, his date. And these are signs that he is unwilling to be in his masculine, and in this moment demonstrate to you that he's got this. He's large and in charge. He's the champion out here in these streets. Okay, a gentleman, a masculine man is just gonna handle it. He's, I have to be honest, this has only ever happened to me once and never happened to me again. Because the moment he started to fidget, I said to him, would you like me to take care of the bill? And then he said, oh, we can split it. I said, oh no, darling, I don't feel comfortable splitting the bill. I am more than happy to pay for the both of us. What I was saying to him is, in this moment, you have positioned yourself as the feminine, and you have now pushed me to be the masculine. And if I am the masculine, then I will pay. And because I'm not trying to date a feminine man, you will never see me again. Of course, at this point, he probably picked up on the fact that it wasn't very gentlemanly. And he said, no, I will pay. But unfortunately for me, it was too late. I had way too many options, and you just deselected yourself. So, we don't need to have an argument or a fight about this. If somebody ever decides to use this video to make fun of me or make fun of my swans, I have to say that I am not saying that men have to pay, and I am not saying that they shouldn't expect a woman to offer. I'm not saying that we are entitled. I am simply saying that if you are going to date a black swan, a high-value feminine woman who is all that in the bag of chips plus the dip, there is a protocol, and there are things we look for in a man, and if they're not present, you are disqualified, and that's our right? Okay, great, fantastic. The next thing is, he doesn't call or make contact when you ask him to. So you say to a guy, I'll be available at 6 p.m. or anytime after 6. Feel free to give me a call. No, you say to him, I'm available between 6 and 7. Unfortunately, I've got so much on, but I can make room and time for you in that hour. If that works for you, it'd be lovely to hear from you. And, he calls you at 9 p.m. That right there is a time waster, okay? This is a man who is saying, I will not respect your standards, your boundaries, or your conditions. You will do things under my conditions. Now, this is very low value, feminine, and toxic. The reality of it is, if a man cannot call you in the time that he said he should call you, then he should send you a text and say, hey, I was really hoping to talk to you today at this time, but unfortunately I've got a meeting that's run over. Have you got any time later, or shall we catch up on another time? This is a high value man. This is a gentleman. Okay, if he starts calling you randomly, or you say to him, you know, I can't take any calls, but feel free to text me, but he calls you anyway. When a man just ramshackles through your standards, what he's saying is, I'm not here to keep you. I'm not here to prove anything to you. I'm not here to try and win you. What I'm here is to get mine, and you have to comply because I'm entitled to what's mine. Okay. A lot of low value men hate standards. They really despise them. Standards make them feel like you're being haughty or too proud. Whereas a high value man, when he sees standards, he internalizes that as, why, this woman is high value. She's not out here messing around with anybody. She really knows who she is. She knows what she's about, and I want her. I need to have her. I need to win her. She's a prize. She's out here disqualifying men who don't meet her standards, and I'm going to win, because a masculine man is competitive and he wants to win. He wants to win over other men, so he's going to think, okay, she holds herself to an incredible standard. But a low value man is going to think, oh, she thinks she's all that, because he's perpetually always competing for your position. The next point is, he's always negotiating your boundaries. Okay. Oh, I don't feel comfortable saying that. But why don't you feel comfortable answering my question? What are you hiding? You know, I would tell you if you asked me. It's never, I understand that you're not ready to talk about it, and I hope that, you know, I'll be able to prove to you that I can be trusted. No, that is way too high value. He is always going to negotiate your standards. He's always going to try and talk you down. You're not available at 7, but it's always up for negotiation, right? He's always trying to maneuver you. This is a man that is wasting your time, ladies. He is a time waster, because a true gentleman, a man that is truly invested and investing, is going to respect the fact that you have stated a boundary, you have stated a standard. You know, so many of us think that we can be high value with low value men. Sweetheart, it doesn't work. If you are high value with a low value man, he is going to engage in punitive behavior. He's going to engage in protest behavior. He's going to disappear, and he's going to punish you. And if you come meet him when he says he wants to meet you, he's going to disappear, reappear after 2 weeks, and he would have taught you a lesson you will never forget. And now when he says, I've got to meet you on Friday, and you are not available, that means you're going to have to wait for 2 weeks before he sees you again. This is low value toxic behavior that a lot of low value toxic men embrace, because they don't know when they're dealing with a high value woman. Understand something about low value people in general. They don't know when they are dealing with value. They don't know the difference between a cubic zirconia and a diamond, because as far as they're concerned, they both sparkle. Okay, a low value man and a low value woman really struggle to identify quality, because they don't ever work on themselves. They never aspire, they never ascend, and they never want to elevate. Everybody has to come down to their level, and if you don't come down to their level, they will treat you according to their level. Now, you will only be wasting your time if you think you can elevate a human being. Listen, you cannot elevate somebody who's very comfortable being mediocre, comfortable being low value, comfortable never ever developing themselves. Ladies, it is not our job to elevate men and to upgrade men. No, we're not here to upgrade men. We're here to find and to be seen and found by upgraded men who know their worth, who know their value, men who've worked on themselves and work for themselves to create beautiful and amazing lives that they enjoy living in and are willing to invite us to enjoy with them. If this is not the man that you are dating, you are simply wasting your time. Ladies, We are feminine and we are high value. We do not have time to waste. Okay, so another very important key, this is last but by no means the least, is he's always gonna put sexual pressure on you. Every conversation he has from beginning to end, every interaction he has with you has some sexual innuendo. You can't even say to him, you know, I'm off to bed, without him saying, oh, I wish I was in the covers with you. Or with him saying, oh, I'd love to be in the shower with you. Okay, now I don't want us to get super sensitive about this, because men do hunt for sex. I mean, this is a given. We don't need to go through it. But I want you to see that if this comes across as pressure rather than banter, rather than flirtatiousness, but it just feels like, this guy, I feel like if he just got me on a corner, I might end up having to say stop, right? Because some men lead and charge with the sexual energy so profoundly, and this is usually a sign that you're dealing with a low value man. Here's the thing, high value men are not struggling sexually. Here's what I mean by this. High value men have learned to master their sex drive. They have a discipline around it. They have protocols around their sex drive because they understand that their libido is useful for creating wealth. They understand that their libido, if it's channeled properly, can actually make them very, very wealthy men. And they understand that if they can harness and hone in their libido, they will not only become very wealthy, but they will also be able to attract and date high value women. This is why 90%, I believe, of very wealthy men are married. It's because they understand the ability to transmutate sexual libido into creating powerful outcomes. Low value men are not going anywhere. They're not goal chasing. They're not purpose driven. They're not assignment forming. These guys, right, are just like dogs on heat, running around the world seeking who they may devour. Okay, this is their mission in life. They wake up in the morning figuring out who they're going to shag. They go through the day thinking about who they're going to shag. It never occurs to a low value man that he could create an empire. It never occurs to him that he could own property. It never occurs to him that he could have investments. It never occurs to him that he could actually create an amazing life that he loves, to invite somebody into it. He lives to get into some woman's knickers. This is his focus. And these are really why these men play these silly games and whatever. A high value masculine man will let you know that you're one hell of a sexy girl. He'll let you know that you have a cute behind and he can't stop staring at you. He will let you know that you are sexually attractive to him, but you will feel very clearly that he's really not thirsty. He's really not like dripping at the mouth because he hasn't been laid for a long time. He knows what he's doing and he's ready to do what he needs to do. You know, he may actually have other people who are taking care of that job. I'm not saying they're saints, but I'm saying that you will know that if he is into you and he's trying to develop something, he's going to pace it, he's going to be patient, and when it's time, he's going to devour you as he should. Okie dokie. So I hope that this video was really very helpful for you. I am really excited about the masterclass coming up, and I love you ladies. You are just so precious. Thank you so much for being a swan and learning and growing and just becoming the best version of yourself, because baby girl, you are so beautiful, so divine, and thank you so much for being a part of my world. In the meantime, I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye bye now.